Hello, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, do hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our updates. Please watch till the end so you can check the sources yourself and verify the news. Today's story is a very serious one. Two people, reportedly undocumented, have been arrested after allegedly attempting to commit robbery and firing shots at police officers. It all went down while officers were responding to a robbery call, and now two suspects are in custody facing very serious charges. Here's how it unfolded. Law enforcement was called to the scene of an alleged robbery in progress. As officers approached, the suspects reportedly opened fire, targeting the police directly. Fortunately, no officers were fatally injured, but this is always a terrifying scenario, walking into a situation where you're expected to serve and protect, then suddenly bullets fly at you. According to reports, the suspects fled the scene in panic but were later tracked down and arrested. It wasn't long before word came out that the suspects are undocumented foreign nationals. That detail has added fuel to ongoing public debates around undocumented migration, access to prosecutorial resources, and community safety. Now, let's reflect on why this matters. When law enforcement is trying to restore order and people respond with gunfire, it's not just a crime, it's a sign that something serious has gone wrong in the way we manage justice and migration. Citizens expect police to be supported and safe, and incidents like this test confidence in both immigration systems and public safety. Let's pause for a moment on the human dimension here. Imagine being one of those officers, just doing your job, and suddenly bullets are flying. Or picture yourself listening at home, seeing news of the incident, and feeling torn between empathy for vulnerable people and anger at desperate tactics. That's the emotional weight of stories like this. It impacts public trust and community relations all at once. Police are now investigating whether this was a random act or the result of a planned robbery attempt. Given the firing of weapons at officers, charges could include attempted murder, armed robbery, and resisting arrest. Authorities are also likely to investigate how individuals without legal documentation obtained firearms and what networks might have aided them. This event raises deeper questions about how undocumented individuals become so desperate or so violent. Is it a sense of being trapped that pushes some to crime? Or are they products of criminal networks leveraging vulnerable people? And how can authorities respond in ways that target crime, not entire groups of people? Here's the broader picture. Undocumented immigrants often live on the margins, working under the table, excluded from services, and vulnerable to exploitation. That doesn't excuse criminal actions, but it helps explain how desperation can lead to tragedy. It's a reminder that law enforcement should go after criminals, but policymakers should also find humane ways to integrate people legally, so they don't disappear into the shadows. If you're hearing updates, like whether police recovered any of the stolen goods, if the suspects are linked to a larger crime ring, or if prosecutors have announced formal charges, please drop those in the comments so we can follow this story together. Now to lighten the mood just a bit, because when tension runs this high, a small laugh helps. One comment I saw joked that maybe next time the suspects will think twice before turning the police into shooting targets. After all, you don't want to be famous at the worst possible time. Another joked that at least now they'll know the only way out of their mess is a good lawyer, not a getaway car. Cheeky, but it helps us breathe. Stories like these are painful and layered. They remind us that crime, policy, and desperation can collide, putting everyone at risk. We need strong policing, and equally strong, humane governance. All images used are for illustration purposes only. Sources used for this news include local law enforcement press updates on the robbery and shooting incident, eyewitness reports and community reaction coverage, media articles highlighting the suspect's undocumented status and ensuing arrests,